Groceries. Everybody's got to buy them, but with food prices skyrocketing right around the world, a lot of people want to know how they can do their weekly food shop better and save themselves money. My name is David Shukri, and I've worked in the food and grocery industry for over 20 years. I've learned a lot in that time, and I want to share it with you to help you to stick to a budget and feed your family for less. In this video, I'm going to share 5 mistakes that could be costing you big money on your grocery shop. So if that's something you'd like to know about, keep watching. Whether you're the one in your household who does the food shopping, pays for it, or just eats it, groceries matter to your family. Problem is, the cost of food is going through the roof right now all around the world, and that's putting huge numbers of people under a lot of pressure. 1 in 3 households in Australia experienced some level of food insecurity last year. That's according to a report by Food Bank. And it's little wonder, because food prices increased by nearly 13% in the last 2 years here. In the UK, they were up over 19% on the year before, not that long ago. But many of us don't know what to do about it. We simply do not have the knowledge to buy food cost effectively. And that worries me, because food is a big cost for the average household. Australians spend more than 10% of their weekly income on groceries. In the US, that figure was closer to 12% last year. Along with things like transport and housing costs, that's your rent and mortgage, food is typically one of your biggest annual household outgoings. So regardless of how wealthy you are, do you really want to throw money away unnecessarily? My guess, since you've stuck with this video so far, is no. You want to do a better job when you do your food shopping, and you want to make your money go further at the checkout. By day, I research how grocery shoppers behave. I've spent 20 years working in and around the food and grocery industry. In that time, I've been a buyer for supermarkets in the UK, and I've researched countless grocery operators right across Europe, the US, Asia, and now here in Australia. Combined with my own experiences as a shopper for myself and for my family, I've spent a lot of time examining those shelves and watching how people behave in the food store. I've seen how these highly sophisticated businesses work and how entirely legally they try to encourage you to spend more of your hard-earned cash in their stores. But when I look back at how I used to shop for groceries and how my friends have shopped over the years, I realised we were amateurs, letting money slip through our fingers every single week. I'm going to share with you 5 of the biggest grocery mistakes that I've seen over the years, so you can level up your food shopping and go pro with your groceries. If you feel you're spending more than you want, or you feel you could just be doing a better job with your grocery shop, keep watching this video and give it a thumbs up or a comment if it gives you an idea that you think you can put to good use. Now, with that all said, let's get going with 5 grocery shopping mistakes that are costing you money. Number 1, not writing a list. You might have heard the one about never shopping for groceries on an empty stomach. Well, that was pretty much more or less all I was armed with when I first started buying my own groceries as a student about 25 years ago. It's not bad advice by any means, but this I guess is the grown-up version. Going food shopping without a list is a recipe for overspending. You are much more likely to be swayed by the special offers, the bright eye-catching packaging, all those little extra treats if you don't have a plan. I'm astonished in this day and age when I look around a store at the number of people who don't seem to be using any kind of list to help them. Pen and paper is absolutely fine, but there are countless apps out there that will make your life so much easier. In our house, we use one called AnyList, but there are plenty of other options out there. If you have a personal favourite, please go ahead and share it in the comments. Now, not only does this app help massively once we're in store, but my wife and I use it and find it invaluable for helping us with meal planning, which, by the way, is another thing you should definitely be aiming for if you want to save money on food and make what you do spend go further each week. But back to the app. Build your list as you run things down during the week, add quantities, share it with your partner. The benefits go on and on. And of course, the other major upside of a list is it reduces the likelihood of getting home only to find you forgot that crucial ingredient for tonight's dinner. And that could save you more time and more money because you now won't find yourself going back to the grocery store for that top-up run in a day or two. Now, different sizes of products have different prices, right? Pretty obvious, but have you ever noticed the information on the shelf ticket helping you compare those prices? If the answer is no, then you might be making mistake number 2. Number 2, not using unit pricing. Let's say your favorite packet of biscuits comes in 2 sizes. One's 250 grams, costs $3. The other's 550 grams and costs $6. Which one do you usually buy? The one with the smaller dollar price because it's cheaper? Or the one with the greater amount because bigger packs are better value? And what if one of them's on promotion? What then? Well, the grocery pro knows to check the corner of that shelf price ticket, because what you should find down there is a price per volume conversion, and that will help you work out which product is actually the best value. It might be shown as dollars per 100 grams or dollars per kilo. If it's on the shelf ticket, you can compare the products you're considering simply and on an even footing. Sometimes that bit of information won't be on the shelf edge ticket. So what then? Well, fear not. All you need to do is divide the price of the product by its weight and multiply that by 100 to get your dollars per 100 gram price. Write that down, folks. Remember it. But above all, do not be afraid to get your calculator out. I cannot stress that enough. Even if the numbers are all nicely rounded and even, doesn't bother me. For speed, for ease, I'll tap it into the calculator quickly and be done with it. So don't be afraid to get the calculator out if you need to. Pros don't care what other shoppers think of them. What they care about is making the best decision for their budget. Mistake number 3, fixating on end of aisle offers. Now, mistake number 3 is really important, and it's partly about how far you're prepared to go to make sure you're getting the best deal. Because putting too much emphasis on those end of aisle deals you find around the store might not actually be the best thing for you. You see, retailers and their suppliers put huge time and energy and money into those displays. The ones that you see at the front of store and the ends of the aisles. If they're done well, they're very eye-catching, very enticing, and they're usually being accompanied by a very big banner saying half price or something similar. Now, generally speaking, these will be very strong deals. If you think about it, it wouldn't make a lot of sense to clog up those prime locations around a store with average offers or products that aren't really very popular, as well as having to pay your staff to load them up with stock every day while that promotion is running. But it might be the case that what's available in the main aisle is actually better matched with your budget. Those end displays are quick, they're easy to choose from, and your attitude until today has probably been get in, get out as quickly as possible, right? Nothing wrong with that. You're a busy person with better things to do than spend time walking the aisles of a grocery store. But the pro grocery shopper knows better, because the pro knows that those few extra minutes spent checking the category could be saving them dollars. What's on offer on the end display might be something that's on your list, but still, go check out the main aisle. See the full range, all the brands, sizes, options, flavors, deals. Then you're armed with all the information and knowledge you need to make the best decision for your family's budget. Mistake number 4, multi-buys you don't need. Which brings us neatly to number 4, buying more stuff than you need through multi-buys. They might look like a great deal, buy one, get one free, 3 for the price of 2, and they might be a good deal for you, but only if you're going to consume all that stuff that you're buying. According to Food Bank, Australians throw away about 20% of their groceries. That works out at roughly $4,000 per year for each household. Now, can you imagine if I gave you $4,000 right now and you threw it straight in the bin? But it's not just an Aussie problem. The UK produces more food waste than any other European country, and the US tops the rankings globally for food waste relative to population size. So ask yourself this simple question before you put the extra item in your trolley. Will my family and I consume it? If it's something like rice or pasta or cereal, then the chances are you will get through it over a period of time. If it's perishable though, or has a best before date that's not far away, you might want to think again. Yes, you're bringing the price per unit down by buying the extra bag or tin, but if some or all of that ends up in the bin, then clearly you haven't made a saving at all. It's easy to get swept along by the deal. It's perfectly normal. It's perfectly human. But the grocery pro goes in with a plan and sticks to it, working those deals to their advantage, knowing what they need and don't need in the coming weeks. And the result? They stay in control of their spending. Mistake number 5, ignoring retailer brands. This final mistake is going to have more relevance in some countries than in others. That's because in countries like the UK or France, shoppers are much more likely to consider buying retailer branded products than in, say, the US, Australia, or New Zealand. But regardless, if those own brand or private label products are not something you normally consider, now is the time to think again. Because you could be making big savings by switching. Before you do, there are different reasons why you might be steering towards the more expensive branded options, and it's worth thinking about those reasons for a moment. First and foremost, they're probably the ones that you know best. You might have been buying them all your life. Your parents might have bought them before you, so you trust them. That makes sense. But then you've probably trusted your regular supermarket for many years as well. So it's rational to assume they're not going to put something on their shelves which carries their name in a lot of cases that isn't up to scratch. Another reason you might favour brands is because of quality perceptions. That's what they do, so they must be the best at doing it, right? Well, possibly, but supermarkets don't pick any Tom, Dick, or Harry to make products for them, and in some categories, those big brands are actually making the retailer's product as well. Now, just to be very clear, I'm talking about like-for-like equivalents here. There's no sense comparing a premium branded product with a value private label one. If you want the premium version with the premium ingredients and that fits with your budget, go for it. But if that isn't the case, perhaps it's more of a commodity product, I don't know, say canned tomatoes or pasta, then consider your options. You might notice you usually focus most of your attention on those middle couple of shelves right in front of you at eye level. So cast your eyes down to the lower shelves. If they have them, that's where you're likely to find the more value-orientated private label or retailer branded products. So drop your eyes down because the pro knows they can make some big savings from down there on the shelf. There you have it then. 5 mistakes that are costing you money on your grocery shop. So remember, always write a list. Use unit pricing. Check the aisles. Beware of those multi-buys. And consider retailer brands. Start building these ideas into your grocery trips and see what difference it makes to your budget. I would love to know if this video does make a difference to you and your family. So please give it a thumbs up or a comment. And look, while this is this channel's very first video, take a chance and subscribe, because I've got lots more content planned to help you build better shopping habits that save you money. The next video coming soon will be the one crucial tip that changed my grocery game forever. I hope to make this a place you come to level up and go pro with your grocery shop.